Hey guys, it's me, Erados12, and today we are going to be working on how to make your stats GUI for your RPG game become more gamepad friendly. Now, here's something I have to say before we get started. It's been a long time, since Chris Bernard actually came on Roblox, and she was a really good help. I have to be honest. Like, if it wasn't for Chris Bernard, then people wouldn't have been inspired to actually build games such as, you know, the II Queen Bee Roblox user, which is a group of users, right, who created, and they were girls, who created this game. I forgot what it was, but it's a really good game and people are actually playing it. So, congrats to them for their achievements, and if it wasn't for Chris Bernard, we wouldn't have that today. So, this is her last day. I hope you guys know that if you want to show your support, wish her luck at fandom. And I'm so excited she's going to fandom because guess what? My RPG game that I'm going to be putting this new gamepad enabled GUI in is actually has a wikia for it called Saberfront Encyclopedia. I will probably post a link in the description, but only go to it if you want to find information on how to play my game. It'll also be updated probably later today with new information. So, there you go. Now let's get started on the actual tutorial. So, whenever you have a stats GUI, right, the difference between the inventory GUI that we did last time and the stats GUI we're doing this time is probably going to be the fact that these right here, you see this right, what I'm clicking on, these here, except for this, are positioned in a very special way, in a way in which is impossible to have, is set up automatically like we did in the other one. Where all you have to do is just press the arrow keys to go back and forth, and you would get there. So, let me get started on showing you what we do with the stats GUI. So, let me see what we can do. So now, we could make this visible, right? So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go to the HUD. First thing we're going to do is we're going to go to the HUD, right? And I'm going to show you what we should do. So with that, we're going to make sure that we turn this right here. This is using Marvin Rogers script. I'll probably post this thing like before it's actually made into this in the description. Like post it on Roblox, have a link in the description so you can work on it with this YouTube tutorial. So what we do, local stats GUI equals this. Now we have to set the parent of the stats GUI as well. That's very, very important that you put it in a variable first, because if you don't put it in a variable, you're going to end up having a serious problem when you try to make it ready for Gamepad. Simply, here's what I'm going to show you that we do. Stats GUI dot stats container dot visible equals true. And then else, when you go click else, you make this false and then you destroy it. Okay, in fact, let me just put a wait there, wait 3 seconds, like 5 seconds. 5 seconds would be a wait. Or actually, no, how about 2 seconds? That'll be better. The reason why I'm putting a wait in these is so that when we actually start out with the, in fact, yeah, let me just make sure this is like this. So, there. So then we're making a wait so that when we go to this, let me show you what I mean. Like when we go to here, right? You'll be able to at least have the GUI selection thing working. So now let me show you what I'm going to do with the GUI selection. Game .gui server. In fact, wait a minute. Before we do any of that, let me come back. I'm going to show you something that you might need to know before you do this. Excuse me, guys. Sorry about that. So here, apparently, what we have here is the head frame, right? So this is from the Gamepad grid menu that I'm probably going to be working on and showing you after this, once we get to the equipment thing. So what this says right here is that we're trying to make sure that whenever you press the down arrow or go down on the gamepad, you select torso frame for this. And if you go to the left with the gamepad or the mouse, the keyboard, you go to the right arm. And if you do it with the right button, which is this arrow, with the right arrow, and the gamepad, you know, swipe the thing to the left, and you have the left arm frame. And then it keeps going on and on. But we do this before we have to do this. Otherwise, it won't be a very good selection. And that's going to be a problem if you don't have the right selection, you know, specified. Anyways, guys, sorry about that. Let me get started on showing you what I mean. So, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to do this. I'm going to do GUI, that's container dot, and in fact, yeah, let me show you constitution, and let me show you what the constitution is. Not the document, the attribute. So the attribute is right here. If you go this way, if you select gamepad up, it's supposed to go to strength. If you go this way, it's supposed to go to dexterity. If you go down or this way, you're not supposed to do anything. So let me get that started. So I would go to this and I would do next selection up equals GUI dot stats container. Sorry. Stats container dot strength. And then the GUI that's actually wait, let me just copy this. Constitution dot next selection right equals dexterity. Now, here's another thing. We're going to be doing a different one now. We're going to be doing strength. When it goes up, it goes to reset attributes. So it will have an up value. Stash container dot reset attributes. And then it would do next selection down equals constitution, like I said before. And the same thing will go here, next selection right equals GUI.stack container dot intellect. Yeah, intellect. So now I'm going to show you what to do with strength. That's the strength. All of this is strength. The last one I have down here is, you know, is intelligence. The next selection up equals reset attributes. GUI, that's stats container. Now, I forgot one thing that I should have included. So that would be dexterity. So in fact, yeah, I forgot something. Hold on, guys. Now I'm back, guys. I just had to make sure that, you know, you had a way to actually select the, you know, upgrade stats button. So I'll be back in a moment. Just wait. Sorry guys, it was just I have Bandicam if you may not notice. So let me just get started on finishing this up. So we have intelligence, like next selection down. Now we're not going to do that. This is what we're going to do. Actually, wait, we're going to keep the down part, but it's not going to be the Constitution, not increase. Instead, it's going to be dexterity. Stats container. Let me just do that. Stats container dot intelligence dot next selection left equals this Constitution. Or actually wait, strength, sorry. Strength, and then the last one, which is going to be intelligence dot next selection right equals GUI stats container dot, I believe it's intelligence dot increase. And then after we've done that, this is what we do next. So we go to GUI, that's container dot intelligence. No, not intelligence, we do dexterity now. Dexterity. And if we look at dexterity, look at where it's at. Right there, so we have this one. So we have this going to the left, you get Constitution. If you press the right, which is the opposite of the one that goes to the left, then you get this. So let me show you what that means. Dexterity dot next selection up equals GUI dot stats container. Now I wish Roblox had, something where you could at least be able to look inside of a variable if it's an instance. Like, they have in Visual Studio a thing where if you look at the type, right? Like if you look at how they have, like when they have classes or objects, like no matter what they are, like they have properties which you can look into. Like for example, if I type in new player, it would have new player on there, and I can also quickly select a property of it, such as dot stamina or dot constitution, something like that, like IntelliSense. I mean, they have IntelliSense here, but it's not as strong as Visual Studio, which is kind of a problem for these tutorials. GUI dot stats container dot dexterity dot next selection. I think it's next selection left. Yeah, next selection left equals GUI dot stats container dot constitution. Now another thing, I could make this easier. In fact, yeah, I think I'm going to make it easier. So I'm going to actually get rid of all this. Actually, not all of it. Just put in increase. And then dot selection up equals dot increase. And then same thing here, you do the increase again. Increase. But then change this to dot dexterity dot increase And the next selection down doesn't matter anymore. That increase. The next selection up would equal this. And then for this one, increase again. But then next selection down would be like dot increase. Like that. So that would be much simpler. And you wouldn't have to worry about having to select something that really doesn't do crap. Yeah. Such as, you know, the, you'll see. Okay. So now that will be like this, and then we do the same thing here. We would change it. Increase. Increase. Well, we would change a few things, like this would be the increase. And this would be the increase. So now all we have to worry about is just this increase right here. And this one. Now, comes the fun part where we actually finalize it. We would do game.GUI service, add selection parent, stat allocation manager. I'll just call it this because, you know, it manages the stat allocation from the Gamepad. And then you would do GUI, that's container. So now, here's what happens next. We're going to add in this. Now I'll be back, guys. I just need to set up a few things here as well. I'm back, guys, and this time I have added in a change statement or changed event handler so that it could check if the property is visible, if it's, you know, the name of the property is visible, which means the GUI has to be visible in order for us to work. And then we would have to add a selection parent. So now let me just turn this visibility off, and let's try it out and see how it works. Okay, so let me see if it works. Oh, that's weird. Slash UI is not available. Okay. Let me fix that as well. So I'm going to put slash UI into the replicated storage service. Okay, and let's try it out. Interesting. Okay, it's started doing that. Now, I forgot one thing. Hold on. Let me fix that, guys. I'm back, and let's see if it works. Okay. I can see that it actually can select things, like, really. This is working pretty good. But it's not actually doing what it's supposed to do. So I am going to pause this and I'll be back. I'm back, and apparently what I found out is that you would have to require a gamepad for this to work, since it is a selection based thing. So yeah, so now that this works, I am going to show you how to make the other thing work. So yeah, anyways, if I do this, I can just select it. Sorry, it's not a valid member of player GUI, and now it isn't, and now it is. See, and it works just fine. Select things just fine. It's just that it requires a gamepad for it to work. So hopefully when I get my PayPal set up, you guys can probably donate some money or make a pledge on my Patreon page to help me build this thing up, or actually get it tested to see if it works. And I will be testing this on camera. It can either be live or not. If it's live, it's either probably on Twitch or it could be on YouTube. And I will be using OBS, or Open Broadcasting Service, or whatever the heck they call it, for Twitch as well. So stay tuned for that. And let's get back to the video, because there is one more thing I have to show you before we can get, close it out. So the next thing I'm going to show you will be the Reset Attributes GUI, which in fact I will be diverting it to there or something like that in a moment. So let me get started. Hold on guys, I just gotta get things set up. So I'm back and I've set it up. So here's the GUI that I did. I actually had to use some components from SplashKey's Reset Attributes GUI to make this better. Like, for example, but I also did some things myself, such as this. And it says sure using Robux, sure using credits. What I've done with that, like I've also made a dev product for it in my game to show you that it works. It's basically where you can accept Robux. Like you can reset your allocated points with the cost of Robux or credits. And it will actually, like, have text here that's very different from this. Like it'll have like number credits, or something like a number of credits and then in parentheses a number of Robux. And if you click this one, you're supposed to be able to get credits, pay your credits to actually reset your stats. And in this one, you're supposed to be able to do it with Robux, which is why I also had to make sure that Studio Access is enabled. You should do the same if you're using this. And if you click this button, it just quits out the GUI. So let me show you how that works. So in this case, right, if you allocate points, is right here. So then what you have to do is you have to do this. Now when you do this, right, let me show you what you have to do, because this is going to be a little bit complicated. First thing you want to do is you want to get GUI.confirm reset.yes.next selection left equals yes. Actually, wait. It's supposed to be right. Right equals yes. Not yes, but GUI.confirm reset dot yes. Sorry, a little different. Yes RS, which means that it will select the Robux feature. Like if you use the gamepad and go to this side with the one of the buttons that makes it go that way, then you should be able to select this. But let's just say you wanted to also be able to select the no with that. Well, that's what this is for. In fact, let me take this and actually move it all the way up to the first part of the screen. So confirm reset dot yes, that's the next selection down equals GUI dot confirm reset dot. In fact, this is what I'm going to do. for the gamepad mode thing that I've been doing. For my gamepad mode, this will be gamepad mode, I think it's going to be 4, because I'm going to be making sure that the other one, which is 2, is going to be changed to 3, since 2 is going to be for the HUD. So, yeah. This one's a no. GUI.confirm reset. Or actually, wait, this one could be 5, because 4 is actually going to be the sabers, or the swords that you would have in the game. Like if you're on gamepad mode 5, then you can be able to use it and activate it and stuff like that. It'll switch automatically to that, so it'll be fine. But when you unequip it, it goes back to 2, and then when you select this stats GUI, it goes automatically to 5. So yes on this. Next selection down. Next selection down, yeah, equals GUI.confirm reset dot no, and then this dot yes rs dot next selection left equals GUI.confirm reset. Or actually, wait, let me look at the GUI. This one's credits, so the credits one is actually left. This one is right. So now, here's what happens. GUI.confirm reset no next selection up. Up equals, or actually make it left and right. Left equals GUI, or better yet, no, I don't want to make it random, so I could make it random. Yeah, I think I'm going to make it random. It'll give more of a better feel to the gamepad environment. It'll make it more intriguing. So I would do local confirm buttons equals 1 equals, and in fact, yes, I'm going to put this like this. So this one will equal 1, and then 2 will equal this one. Now, if you never know about data structures, you should try looking into it, because using data structures can be very helpful for your to help enhance the performance of the gameplay. So then this one will be confirm buttons 1, and this one will be confirm buttons 2. So the next selection up equals confirm buttons math.random 1 number of buttons, confirm buttons, and then once you do that, let's see what happens. But before we do that, let's actually do this. Game.GUI service add selection parent confirm reset menu. Actually called dialog. GUI.confirm reset. And in fact, actually take this line right here and let's put it in here. So if you select a button, it'll randomly select one for you to actually have. So then it will be like selected object equals confirm buttons 1. So then the next thing we will do is we will get rid of this. Like basically we'll do remove selection parent, and then we'll do like get rid of this part and then make this nil. Or actually not nil. GUI stats container. Increase. And then let's try it out. See how it works. Now before I do that, I'm going to make this hidden and unvisible. And then once I've done that, I'm going to return this back to its original position, which is stats GUI. So I'll go up here and I'll do. Now let's try it. I know this is a long tutorial, but you know, these things take time. So selected one randomly for that one. So now if I do this, wow, so selected one randomly again. So it's cool. But there is a problem. If we look here, remove selection parent, not a valid member of GUI service. So what is? We don't need to actually take it out of there. So I'm gonna I think I know what's wrong. Let me do the object browser. It's in GUI service, so I'll be back, guys. I just need to find something out. Okay, guys, I'm back, and I figured out what was wrong. So if we go to display, right, this is what was wrong with it. Move selection object group is what we should have had instead of that. So move selection group, style allocation manager. Same here. You would do move selection group. And let's try it out. So then it goes back and, you know, you see it actually does it. Now let's see if it does anything randomly. Okay, let me select no again. Let's just check the console. Okay, it's working. It's just, you know, yeah, it just selects it randomly. So, okay, so I think that's it for today. If you would like, leave a like, comment, subscribe, and I will be showing you that this works in the future with an Xbox One Gamepad controller or Xbox One controller. Probably the original, like the authentic original one that, you know, Xbox made. But yeah, and also it could be live, could be on Twitch, like I just said. And yeah, that's all, guys. So cheers. almost forgot to tell you guys that when you're doing the event handler, when you click on the button or press it with the A button, make sure you do mouse button one down instead of mouse button one click, because not only will you be able to see it in development, but also mouse button one click only works for the computer. Sorry. So, cheers.